Hi, hello, vanakkam, and welcome back to yet another episode on your favorite Little Slav YouTube channel. So this video is uh, we're going to talk about how to create your first AWS EC2 instance using just the click operations. And this is going to be more interesting because you know what does AWS provides. If you're someone who is new to it, this is going to be definitely informative and interesting for you. So firstly, the prerequisites are you must have an AWS account and you need to have some basic understanding of AWS regions. In case if you don't have, don't worry, I'll explain you about them in a separate video. And then AWS free tier, which is available for you, so you don't get charged unnecessarily. And the second step is you have to log in to your AWS console, which I did, and currently I'm in my home page of AWS. And once you are in the AWS console, we have to click on this search button and search for EC2. And here we have got the options like the dashboard, the launch templates, instances, spot instance requests, and saving plans. I'm going to choose the dashboard for me. So this will take me to the EC2 dashboard, and this will show me the resources which I have. Say for example, if I have an instance running, it will show it to me, and the capacity reservations, the elastic IPs, the key pairs, placement groups, snapshots, security groups, load balancers, everything for a EC2 instance. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on the launch instance, and this will take me to the steps where I can choose an Amazon image. And before that, I have to give a name. So I'm going to give the name as my first EC2. So this is going to be my first EC2 machine. So I'm giving the name as my first EC2, and I'm going to choose the Amazon Linux AWS, which is a free tier eligible operating system. So I'm going to choose the Amazon Linux, and then coming back to the tier. So what tier I'm going to choose? So when it comes to tier, so here I have got the tier options. So I already have the T3.micro, which is free tier eligible, but still there are other options as well, the T2 micro, and then we have got T2 micro, which is again a free tier eligible, and then we have got T3 micro, which is again free tier eligible. So this actually controls the CPU. So if you see here, this has got the CPU, the memory, 1 gig memory. So these are the items which will be available with your instance type. And then the next step where you're going to select the key pair. So in key pair selection, click on either you can go without a key pair, which is not recommended one. So what I'll do is I'll click on the create new key pair, and I'll give a name as well. So my EC2 key pair, and I'm going to choose RSA and then .pem as my private key file format, and click on create key pair. So this will give me the key pair. So download it and keep it safe. The reason is AWS will never give it again, so please keep it safe. And next comes the security group. So I'm going to create a security group for this. As in case if I have a security group with me, I can choose that, but in our case I'm going to create a new separate group. And then allow SSH traffic from. So this, click on this, it will give you some options where you can choose allow from my machine so far. So once this machine is created, you can access the machine in first hand. And then we have got the other options where we can configure the storage, right? So here, if I click on this one, I can increase the gig, the memory, and then which GP3 do I want. For example, I can choose GP2, which is fine for testing. In case if I want to add new volumes to it, I can click on add new volume. This will give me another volume, another storage for me to do. But for now, in our case, I'm not going to create any new storage. So I'm going to just keep it at which one storage, and then no other informations are required. You can directly click on launch instance, and this will launch the instance for us. So that's how it works. So if I click on the instances, you can see the instance which we have created, which shows running. So this is the one, the first one, and it shows it is initializing. Yes, so it's initializing. So once it is initialized, we can connect to our EC2 machine. So now we have successfully created our first EC2 Instance. So with that, I come to the end of this video, and we're going to see a lot more in our upcoming videos. So if you're interested to learn more in terms of Azure, AWS, performance testing, DevOps, SRE, please don't forget to subscribe to our Little Slaw YouTube channel. Take care and bye-bye.